Let's talk about how to decide whether to withdraw, take the LSAT and then cancel it, or take the LSAT and then keep your score. We've already talked about the test date change deadline, also known as postponement deadline, which is approximately 3 weeks before the LSAT. However, LSAC also offers a withdrawal option, which means that you can decide up until the day before the LSAT whether you'll be taking it or not. If you withdraw, then law schools will never even know you were registered for that exam date in the first place. So in other words, law schools wouldn't be able to tell that you've withdrawn. It's not noted on your record in any way. Of course, withdrawing after the postponement deadline means you won't get any refund at all for your LSAT registration fee. Postponement is 3 weeks before or prior. You get a partial refund. Withdrawal means you are deciding later that you don't want to take the LSAT, and so for that reason, LSAC does not give you any refund of your fee. The benefit, of course, is that you don't have to have an absence on your record if 2 weeks before or 1 week before you decide that, you know what, you're not ready or something awful happened and you need to postpone to a later date, but the postponement deadline passed. So what do? You withdraw. That is your option now. You still have the final 3 weeks before test date to keep taking practice tests, brushing up on weak areas, and doing whatever you can to boost your LSAT scores. You can take the LSAT later, at a future date, when your scores are closer to your goal score. This removes the pressure of having a potential absence or cancellation notated on your record. And of course, if you're not feeling ready the day before the LSAT, you just withdraw and aim for the next LSAT administration. Alternatively, you can show up and take the exam with the plan to cancel all along. This gives you the benefit of LSAC's proctoring, and it gives you the benefit of taking the LSAT in real world conditions. Of course, the downside is you'll have a cancellation on your record, but the good news is that this matters a lot less than it used to. More and more students are retaking, more and more students are canceling, and totally fine. Law schools don't care about just 1 or 2 cancellations. Of course, more than that starts to look a little bit unreliable, and we'll talk about cancellations later. But for now, my general recommendation is that you would only want to cancel if you know something went wrong. I would err towards withdrawing if that's something on your mind. Of course, you can also just take the exam and keep your score whatever it is. Again, cancellations are less good an idea than they were previously. They're not really a great option anymore unless you know something went terribly wrong. Now, ultimately, let's say you're in that final week, you're at the day or two before. How do you decide whether to take the LSAT or withdraw? What you want to do is you analyze your recent scores, take the average of the most recent 5 or so, and take that to be the best indication of where you'll most likely score on test day. At that point, you can decide whether you're going to withdraw, take it and cancel, or take it and keep it on your scheduled LSAT test date. And like I said, I'll cover whether to cancel more in an upcoming lesson.